नमस्कार मंडळी, पुन्हा एकदा आपल्या सर्वांचं माझं चॅनल उद्योजकता, उद्योग आणि स्टार्टअप या चॅनलवर पुन्हा एकदा आपल्या सर्वांचं स्वागत. माझ्या एपिसोडमध्ये आपण आरसी अरुल हिच्याशी बोलत होतो. मी मागच्या वेळेस आपल्याला सांगितलं की आरसी ही एक सिरियल एंटरप्रेन्योर आहे आणि तिने अनेक स्टार्टअप सुरू केले आणि त्या प्रत्येक स्टार्टअप मधून ती काहीतरी शिकत गेली आणि त्याचा जे शिकली त्याचा पुढच्या स्टार्टअप मध्ये उपयोग करून त्यांनी ते जास्ती सक्सेसफुल करायचा प्रयत्न केला. मी मागच्या भागात आपल्याला सांगितलं की तिचा जो खरा सध्याचा जो स्टार्टअप आहे त्याची कल्पना आणि ती स्टार्टअप त्याची ज्या सध्याच्या काळातली गरज ही मला वाटतं ही खूप चांगली आहे आणि ती कल्पना आहे आणि त्या स्टार्टअप बद्दल आपण सर्वांनी नक्कीच पाहावं, ऐकावं असं मला वाटतं. म्हणून मी आज परत आरसी आपल्याबरोबर इथे आहे. आरसी, वेलकम बॅक अगेन. द लास्ट एपिसोड वॉज एन्जॉयड बाय एव्हरीबडी and they are of course curious to know more about your other startups and what are you doing right now. And of course I think one question which remained was that what else you learned from your earlier startups and how you have taken it further. So shall we now talk about your current activities and what are you doing right now and how the idea of that startup came to you?
Definitely, sir. So could I answer your first question first and then go to this?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. And so what I learned from Chisel is, I learned that one man cannot run a show. Mm-hmm. You need a team. You need support system. You can't be the trainer. You can't be the finance guy. You can't be the HR guy. You can't prepare the content. You can't do everything as single man show. You could do it, but your growth will be limited. You wouldn't have a drastic, or you wouldn't have growth at all. You could only stretch yourself to a maximum limit. That's what I learned in with my Chisel company. But Chisel was still running. And what happened is after 2013, the guys whom I was taking as a part-timer from Bangalore, all of them started leaving abroad. That's when I realized I can't continue the same pattern. And my brother was having an office, so I shifted Chisel there, and we started doing training with IT people who are working, like in Python, in Java, in digital marketing. Okay. And so we kind of changed the training module from personality development going to colleges to people coming to our office to sit and learn. So we slightly moved our training model to that. This happened in 2013-14. Mm-hmm. And we were doing it for a few years. And then what happened was in 2018, there was this incident in Tamil Nadu which was very sad news. A 14-year-old deaf and dumb girl was raped by multiple people for multiple months in an apartment complex.
Yeah.
And so after that, this affected me a lot. And so I stopped completely all the training in Chisel with anything else. And I produced a video with one of the leading actors in Tamil Nadu about sexual abuse awareness for children.
Okay.
And then we created a curriculum. And from 2018, we started going to government schools. And we teach government school kids about sexual abuse awareness. And so this is a pro bono activity we are doing now. We don't take any more money. And so since 2019, but COVID came in 2020 and everything stopped. And so in 2018 and 19, we were going to schools and we were teaching girl kids and boy kids about sexual abuse awareness. And so my journey in Chisel started with personality development, and then it went into training, technical training, and then it moved to a NGO type of a training for school kids. And so what I learned with Chisel is that a single person cannot do everything together, and I need a team to run. In the meantime, in 2000, when Chisel was running, it went into autopilot mode, sir. I was not required to be in every training session. I had people to do everything. And so I learned that. So what I did was, with a couple of my friends, I started off a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
I like food. I like Tamil. And so I combined those two and I started a Tamil concept coffee shop, which was the first in India, the first in the world actually. Concept coffee shop.
What is that?
And so the whole interior will be very different.
Okay.
And the food will also be all the village food and what you can get in a coffee shop. And so you can get a cappuccino and a frappe, and you can get sundal and bhaji and suku coffee, all the Indianized combination of both. And the interiors will be like there'll be a boat in which you sit, and then there'll be a huge tree kind of, the panchayat will happen under a tree. And so we created one huge tree and you can sit under that and you can have food. And then we created one Rajasthani kind of a room where the whole room has only beds on the floor.
Wow.
And so you can sit and eat there. And so what we did was we conceptualized the whole coffee shop into different themes. Indian themes basically, from Rajasthan, from Andhra, from Karnataka, from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu. And then we created this coffee shop and it was a huge hit. I gave out franchisees. I had someone from London or from US who came and gave me funding.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a huge hit. And I had to sell it off in 2013.
Okay. Any specific reason or...
No, nothing like that. It was just a good opportunity.
Okay.
And so between 2009 and 13, I ran the coffee shop. It was
opportunity in the sense you made good profit and you had surplus, so you thought of something else.
Yes.
Okay.
And with the coffee shop, everyone, even now when people see me, they see, oh, you're a cafe owner. The coffee shop was so famous. And it was there. And
was it only in Tamil Nadu or in other
Yes,
states?
it was in Chennai. We had it in 2-3 places in Chennai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in 2013, and then this happened. And coming to the latest venture during COVID time, May 2020, COVID hit us hard.
Yeah.
All of us were suffering with COVID, none of us knew what was lockdown. Every single of us got affected, We couldn't get water, we couldn't get milk, medicines. Imagine getting COVID and trying to go to the hospital. Your neighbors can't help you, your son and daughters are abroad. It was a crazy time. And my father being a doctor, and I've always been, my base was Chennai, and so all my friends living abroad used to keep in touch with me and my brother. And so a lot of them reached out to my brother and me to help their parents who are in India who are alone. Not only in Chennai, but pan-India. In May 2020 alone, my brother and we helped nearly 50 to 100 senior citizens pan-India with one thing or the other. Taking them to a ECG, arranging a car to take them for the scan, getting hospitals, getting oxygen tanks, whatnot. This COVID, turned life of so many people.
Right.
And that's when we realized that the number of senior citizens who are living alone in India is immense.
Okay. Yeah.
Nearly more than 2 to 3 crores. And these children, migration is increasing day by day.
Yes.
In the south of India, in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra, and Tamil Nadu, we have something called the negative growth population, which means a couple have one kid. And so the population is dwelling.
Right.
Earlier we used to say a couple will have 2 kids. And so it was numbers was the same. And now it's become like the small triangle where the numbers are reducing. And when this kid leaves abroad, this couple don't have anyone to take care of them.
Right. Yeah.
They don't have the next child. They don't have the second child. No relative, no relation.
Yeah.
So at least in the south of India, we are going into a negative growth population.
Yeah.
The 5 states. And so what happens is the number of senior citizens are increasing. By 2031, that is in 10 years, our senior citizen population alone will be increased by 30%.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And the number of senior citizens who are migrating abroad or even migrating abroad is 19 million in only 2019. And imagine the people who are shifting from Bombay to Bangalore or from Chennai to Delhi. And so even if they're not living abroad, these children have to go for a better job and better passion. They're also moving. So end of the day, the senior citizens who are living alone is increasing a lot. And so Oli and I, my brother is Oli, and Oli and I, we have a lot of senior citizens in our house, and we know the difficulty firsthand. And so we created this company called 60 Plus India.
Okay.
And so 60 Plus India is a mobile app. You've used Ola.
Yeah.
You've used Uber. You've used Swiggy. We are an app for the children who are living abroad to book services for their parents here in India. What happens otherwise? Your son is in US. Our daytime is his nighttime.
Right.
If suppose you require a doctor's visit or a nurse or something, your son has to be up the whole of his night to figure out a doctor for you.
Yeah.
Because of the time zone difference. He cannot go to sleep because his 2 o'clock is your 10:30 or 11:30 or 2 o'clock. So he has to be up to get a nurse for you to come be working and all that. And so we have come up with this app which the children abroad can download, and they can use it as Swiggy or Ola or Uber. And so they say, my father is in Mumbai, he is in this area, he's in Andheri West, and so we need a doctor visit on the 9th of or the 8th of September at 4 p.m. All he had to do is go there and click and pay and go to sleep.
Okay.
And so you will have a doctor in your house on the 8th of September at 4 p.m. without fail.
That you do?
Yes, that is what we do. Okay. And so this is our app. This is what we have developed. We are 1.5 years old, sir. Even though we started as a beta launch in August 2020.
Okay, that's true.
May is when the first COVID wave hit and all of us suffered. In August, in 3 months' time, we had a beta launch. The reason is we have other companies, right? And so we were able to use that resource to help us get everything ready. Okay. And so we had a beta launch in August 2020, but we officially formed the company in March 2021.
Okay.
And so since March, that is a year and a half back exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And so in this 1.5 years, we have done individual service like nearly 7,000 to 8,000 services.
Okay.
We have more than 2,000 bills. We have serviced nearly 1,000 plus senior citizens in this 1.5 years. This is not only in Chennai but pan-India.
Okay.
And so this is what 60 plus is, and this is what we are doing now.
What are the other services are you offering besides
in 60
organized?
Plus, yes, in 60 plus, so we have 4 sectors. The first is the healthcare, for which 100% of our calls are only for healthcare, sir. They call for doctor visit, nurse visit, attender, physiotherapy, blood collection, home X-ray, home ECG, what are the other things? Any other healthcare requirement, giving an injection and all that. And so first is the healthcare division. And after that, we do 2 things which is very, very unique to us, which not many other companies in India do. The first is the emotional care. We send something called the walking companion.
Okay.
We send talking companion. We send reading companions. Okay. And so emotionally, these senior citizens who are alone need some kind of emotional support.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
And so we send all these people who just go sit and talk with a senior citizen. Take them to the beach and come back.
Okay.
Go celebrate their birthday with them.
Where do these volunteers come from?
So these
do you hire them or?
Yes. And so I will just answer the third part and then come to this answering. And then after the emotional service, another main thing we do is the personal care. Okay. Suppose you want to go for a wedding from Bombay to Pune. And you need some assistance. We will send a car and a person who will come with you, take you to Pune, finish the wedding, stay with you for a day and come back and drop you in your house. Hospital admissions, hospital visits, your insurance claim. This service called Making Home Senior Friendly is being used almost 500 times with us. What we do is like how you make a house child proof. We make a house senior citizen friendly.
Okay.
There are a lot of things which a senior citizen needs to make their life easy. Grab bars, anti-slip mats. In the nights, there are something called the toilet seat risers. You have difficulty in sitting in a lower toilet.
Right.
So there is something called the toilet seat risers, which will increase the height. And so you needn't do any change to your bathroom. No civil work, no nothing. You just fix it. And you have better posture and sitting. Motion sensor lights. In the night, you want to go to the toilet, you can't go you can't go search for the light switch. You can't leave it on because you can't sleep. So there are motion sensor lights, remote control calling bells.
But that you install.
We do. And so what we do is we go to a house and we see what this senior citizen needs.
Okay.
And then according to that, we suggest the products. And the son or daughter or the senior citizen approves it and we fix it and come. Okay. And so all this falls under the third category of personal care. The final category is data management, sir. If your son or daughter is coming with you to a doctor, has she ever known what medicines you take?
Okay.
She won't know. Even with the husband and wife. So we had a case where this tata and the dada and dadi were living alone, and they had their children in the same building, in the same apartment. They were all they had the whole family living. This party was admitted in the hospital. The grandma was admitted in the hospital. The tata, the grandfather, had to go for a surgery. And he was on blood thinners. Except the grandma, even the grandpa didn't know what medicines he was taking.
Oh.
And we were actually supporting them for hospital admission and all that. And when the grandpa was opened up for surgery, the doctor realized he's in blood thinners.
Oh. Okay.
But fortunately, they had saved him that time. But imagine the case, it was a serious problem.
Yeah.
And so we are creating this, the fourth part is we are creating the data management, sir, where all your medical records are there, so that even if the spouse doesn't know, if the children doesn't know, everything can be immediately accessed.
Okay.
And, there was another case where typically our women folks, they don't know anything. The men folks, they literally take care of everything. And so this was during last 2021 November. This couple, the husband died. The 3 kids were abroad. They couldn't come down because the embassies were closed. They couldn't get the stamping for the visas. This was not when COVID time. And the lady didn't know where the Aadhaar card is to get the death certificate.
Oh.
And so 60 plus had to go. We did the final cremation, everything we did. And then we created one document for this party to know where the documents are, where the properties are, where the tax paper is, everything only the tata knew. The party didn't know anything. She got married when she was 15 and she's 75 now. She doesn't know anything except her husband.
Yeah, in many cases it happens.
And so then that's the reason we are creating this data management for the senior citizen, which is our most powerful and the best tool. I would say that is the best part of our service, because people still don't know about it, but that is so important. Okay. And so this data management has literally everything, sir. And so what a couple could do is they could put in everything: their insurance number, their policies, their property, their wills, their documents, the bank account details, everything, and they can save it. So that in case of emergency, the children want to use, the spouse want to use both the medical and the non-medical data management. Okay. So these are the 4 things 60 plus does, sir.
Okay. Are you an aggregator? There are different kinds of.
Absolutely. We are an aggregator, sir. We work exactly like Ola. Ola doesn't have any car in its payroll. Yeah. Ola has not bought any car with his own money. We work in the same way. But what we do is, with every service provider who comes in, the nurse, the attender, the physiotherapy, we do a police verification and a psychometric analysis.
And what about doctors and all that? How do you
So doctors, we get the registration number, no sir. With that and the resume, most of the doctors' photos and most of the doctors are associated with some big hospital and they have their profile in the hospital webpage.
Okay, so
with that we don't do Sorry for the interruption, sir.
Sorry for the interruption, technical problems and
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, you were telling about the aggregation of all these service
Yes, sir.
providers and the doctors, which you take it from the hospital,
Hospitals.
detail from hospitals and all that. Okay, yeah,
That's how we work, sir.
okay. And other thing is that this currently, are you operating only in the state of Tamil Nadu, or there are other?
No, sir. No, we are operating in 4 states, no, for 14 cities and 5 states. We are operating in Pune and Bombay. In
Pune also?
Yes,
Okay.
we are operating in Pune and Bombay in Maharashtra. We are operating in Karnataka, in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu. We've still not gone to Telangana.
Okay. And what are your future plans? How do you?
We want to be in another 10 more cities by March 2023. And we want to be pan-India by 2024 March. And when we are going to pan-India, we want to be B2B. I want to go and tell Microsoft, like, listen, you have like 40% of your employees are Indians. And so give my package, you pay me and give my package to your employees. Okay. And if they want, we will take care of their parents here in India.
And I think any idea about the size of this market? Because according to me, the need is definitely there and it's growing day by day. There are more number of senior citizens who are in need of this kind of services, and there are other services too which can be coupled up with this and all that. So any rough idea as to how big is the market?
Yes, sir, I told you, sir, the senior citizen, the number of senior citizens in India according to the 2011 census and the current growth, we have more than 4 crore senior citizens who are alone.
Okay. And the number is growing?
Of course, it's growing tremendously. Sir, 4 crore senior citizens who are alone, sir. Okay. Not the number of senior citizens.
Okay.
The number 4 crore is the number of senior citizens who are living alone.
Okay. And
so we are 120 crore people.
Oh, yes, that's true. Is there any competition in this?
So there are competitors, of course, there are competitors, but there is no single person who does everything together. There are a lot of competitors in the healthcare sector. There are a few competitors in the personal care sectors. There are absolutely no competitor in the data management and the emotional care sectors. But of course, there will be people coming in because we are doing extremely well. But again, I think we'll be leading because we have the first movers advantage.
Yeah.
The last 1.5 years, we have done a turnover of 2 crores, sir. And we've got a funding of nearly 1 crore so far.
Okay. And are there any opportunities for the people who are watching this program to get associated with you?
Of course, sir. Absolutely, sir. Anything. So what we are planning is to expand extensively. And so we can work together on the possibility of working with us as a franchise or working with us as a care provider or any of those.
Any services?
Any services also.
Okay. They can including the volunteers and all that.
Yes. So right now, next month, there's someone who's going from Chennai to Japan with this 86-year-old businessman for a meeting there.
Okay.
And so this person had a stroke 2 years back. And so we are sending in an attender with this 86-year-old businessman to Japan for 3 days conference. Just as a companion.
Okay.
We sent someone from Bombay to Singapore in the month of June. Just to drop the party mother, Dadi, in Singapore, and he took the next flight and he came back to Chennai.
Yeah. You mentioned about the walking companions and the
the talking companion and reading companion.
Reading companions and all that. I suppose there could be a lot of demand for these kind of companions everywhere because there are a lot of senior citizens who are quite lonely, and the children are not near. So I think this is, I think, the major need of the hour, and you
Yes,
will
sir.
need many such volunteers and all. All these volunteers, did they get paid for this
Yes,
kind
sir, absolutely, they get paid.
Okay, and they can do it at their free time and whenever they
Yes,
have.
sir. This will be like how Urban Clap works, sir. Suppose
Right.
there is someone who is, you like say you have signed up, and then when you log in, or there'll be a notification which says on the 9th of September evening 5 p.m. we require someone in West Andheri to take them for a walk or
Right.
read them a book.
Hmm.
And then if you're free on the 9th of September at 5 p.m. and if West Andheri is closer to you, you can say yes.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Okay. And I just wanted to ask you, what are the challenges which are there in these kind of startups? What challenges have you faced, and what are the problems which you anticipate if somebody gets into this kind of an activity?
So if when you say this kind of an activity, you mean to say 60 plus or generally in business?
Both.
Okay. So in business, you can never anticipate what problems you will get, but be 100% sure you will get a problem. When I started my coffee shop, the initial budget was 6 lakhs. And three friends pooled in the money, and each of us was supposed to pull in 2 lakhs. And then what happened was we hired a very old house and we converted the very old house. It was a 40-year-old house. And we wanted to convert it into a coffee shop so that the ambience is very old, because we were doing a themed coffee shop. Literally, we wanted to do how the house is in a village. That's how we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And what happened was when we wanted to put in AC, the wiring was very weak. So the whole house we had to rewire.
Oh, okay.
And it actually costed 2 lakhs more.
Oh.
And so we can never predict the problems, sir. You will get problems anyhow in any different angles. And when I was running the coffee shop again, there used to be these political party coming in and asking for money.
Oh.
And so you can never anticipate who's coming, what they're coming, what has happened. We have to be prepared. We'll have to know how to handle them. And with coming to 60 plus in particular, the biggest challenge right now I'm facing is the first day I started, when I wanted to start 60 plus, I was thinking, I have my grandpa at home. If I'm going to get a nurse, what are the criteria I will check to make sure my grandpa is safe? And so till today, my everyday challenge is trying to get the best service for the senior citizen out there, to keep them safe, to keep them happy, not be mistreated. And to identify such people is a difficulty. And that difficulty is something which is going to be continuous. How much of a police verification we do, how much of a psychometric analysis we do. When we send them there, I always have this thought in my mind that, every single senior citizen need to be safe and need to be happy and, need to be cared for in the proper way. So that is the biggest challenges I'm facing. And I think that'll be the challenge I face till I quit the company.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And what are the other areas which you feel where there could be an opportunity for a startup, not exactly the startup of your type, but now you are into this particular...
Anything. So I would recommend one thing for anyone who wants to do a startup, write down 100 ideas.
Okay.
That is the first method to do a startup. And the second part to do a startup is to find a problem. Like say, you have a house, and in front of your house there is the sewage running, or because of the rain there is a small sewage path which is happening. And so if you think that is a problem, and if you find one plant which can help you solve the problem, you should not think this is a problem for all the houses in this area, and so let me buy 100 plants and go sell it in each house for 10 rupees.
Yeah.
And that is not a business, because he doesn't need you.
Yeah.
Some guy will put his own plank. Some guy will put a brick. And so when you identify a problem, it should be a universal problem which actually needs a solution.
Right. Yeah.
And
like
so,
the taking care of the senior citizens.
Absolutely, sir. If suppose the same sewage is in the main road and it is blocking the whole area, and you find a solution for that, then it's a good problem solution. If suppose the EB is the power which is coming to the village is not coming in properly, and this guy is going to find a solution to have a solar lamp for each house, then it's a problem solver.
Okay.
And so first, anyone who wants to become an entrepreneur should list down 100 ideas. It could be the worst. We don't know. It could be the simplest. It could be the most complicated. It's fine. They have to list down the ideas, and then they'll have to find out how big is the problem.
Yeah.
And so if they do these 2 steps, anyone can become an entrepreneur in any step. So there are issues in everything, sir. Imagine the used clothes. A lot of people have used clothes. A lot of people don't have clothes.
Yeah.
And so you could start up an app with nothing, just an Instagram page, and say, please give your old clothes. And then you can sell it for a lower amount.
Yeah.
You can say, I will sell it off one day, but I will wash and clean and sort it out and sell it out to the needy at a less rate.
Yeah. There are few startups, and there are especially the ladies
NGOs,
who are
NGOs. Or
right.
There's another idea. You collect all these old clothes, okay, and you cut them up into pieces and make quilts.
Yeah.
You can do anything, sir. You can draw only flowers, draw only old people, create one Instagram page and sell your drawings.
Yeah. Yes.
People like me, I would buy 10 old people's photo and put everywhere in my office.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if you can draw, that is fine. You can draw and you can start a business.
Yeah, you can take photographs and
you can take photographs on your phone. If you know to sing well, just sing in a YouTube channel. And sometime you will, if you consistently do the singing every day in your YouTube channel, 10 people will watch, and then 100 people will watch, and then 1 lakh people will watch.
Probably, if they can create some good programs, your channel, your startup can utilize it for the entertainment of
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So there are ideas, can be anything, sir. Like say, you're in your village, in some village in Karnataka, lot of kids are playing football.
Right.
Take video of all these kids playing football. Send it to people outside. Let them help identify who's the best kid. Try to get them some kind of training for them. Online training for them, some videos for them, and make a business out of it. And so ideas for businesses is out there everywhere.
Right.
You just have to look in that eye.
You need that.
Yeah. My father used to say, what your mind knows, your eye sees. And so wherever I see, I can only identify problem in businesses.
Yeah.
If you're an artist, whatever you see, you want to draw. If you're a poet, whatever you see, you want to write it as a poem. And so any place you see, you try to find the problem, and you can create a solution for it, and your business is there.
Yes. Anything else you would like to add?
No, sir, nothing. I would like to say that any of them have any ideas and they want to know how to make the ideas into a business, they can reach out to me, or they can reach out to you and me, and then we can help them in whatever way we can.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned. I think you have some kind of an incubation interest too, and
yes,
where you help the startups and all that. That's, I think, a nice job. And many people, Arusi, I feel many people would have been motivated by the whatever you talked today and whatever you had told them and all that. Plus the idea on which you have developed your own startup. There could be some similar ideas which could be picked up by them. And I think you also have said, I think very rightly, that you have failed earlier, but from that failure you have learned something, and that you're utilizing it in your this as well as the other startups and all that. I think that basically, and any entrepreneur should do this. He has to learn from his own failures and mistakes and all that.
Yes, sir.
It was definitely good meeting you on this platform, hearing
Same here, sir.
and I'm sure there many will be motivated. Many would like to talk to you, would like to join you in doing something, or there are a lot of possibilities and all that. So thank you very much, and
Yes, sir.
I wish all the best to all your enterprises, and I'm sure you will succeed in all of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
मंडळी, आम्हाला खात्री आहे की तुम्हाला आजचा आणि या आधीचा ज्या आपण RSC बरोबर गप्पा मारल्या त्या नक्कीच आवडल्या असतील. त्यातून तुम्हाला नक्कीच काहीतरी असे काही मुद्दे मिळाले असतील किंवा काही पॉइंट्स मिळाले असतील जे तुम्हाला नक्की तुमचा स्वतःचं काहीतरी असं स्टार्टअप किंवा स्वतःचं काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी सुरू करायला मदत करेल. आणि जसं RSCने सांगितलं तसं हे जे ती आधीच्या तिच्या उद्योगांमधनं काय जे तिला फेल्युअर्स आले ते तिने ऍक्सेप्ट केले आणि ते ऍक्सेप्ट करून ती पुढे गेली आणि पुढे आपला दुसरा स्टार्टअप पुढे घेऊन जात आहे. तुम्हाला नक्कीच आवडला असेल तेव्हा सबस्क्राईब करा, लाईक करा, इतरांनाही या चॅनलबद्दल या व्हिडिओबद्दल सांगा आणि पुन्हा भेटूया आपल्या पुढच्या भागात. नमस्कार.